Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So today's pick a card reading is going to be messages and predictions for your month of April 2023. We're going to start off with a general overview of the month. So this is going to include the main themes, the main energies that you're working with, significant events and changes coming your way. And then we are going to dive deeper and take a look at specific areas of your life. So we're going to be taking a look at your love life and relationships, your career and studies, and your spiritual and personal growth. So as you can see, there are 3 readings for you guys to choose from today. I'm going to show you each of these crystals up close one by one, and please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. For option number 1, we have Pyrite. For option number 2, we have red Aragonite. And for option number 3, we have Malachite. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones, so if you guys chose the Pyrite, this is going to be a reading all about your month of April 2023. So like I mentioned in the intro, we're going to start off this reading by getting a general vibe of your month. So we're going to be looking at the main themes of this month for you, the main energies that you're dealing with, as well as the most significant events and changes that are coming your way. And to do that, I have these tarot and oracle cards here. We're going to start off with the tarot. So let's take a look at what we have. First, we have the 7 of Thought. You've been confused about a situation in your life, and now suddenly everything is completely clear to you. Whether the truth was revealed by your angels, disclosed by a friend, or discovered on your own, it feels great to be awake and aware. Feel free to ask for time alone if that's what you need. So right away, a main theme for you guys this month is clarity. I think that this month, something that you've been confused about, that confusion is lifting, and you will know what to do. It feels like finally you know how to go about a certain situation that was troubling you. And if you've been debating on a decision, like you don't know which path to choose, I think this is a month where it finally becomes clear to you what you truly want to do and what will be best for you. And to clarify this, we have the King of Swords or the King of Spades. So there's a couple different ways that I can interpret this. Some of you will get this clarity because you are consulting with an expert, like you're getting advice from a professional. And I think that will more so be for those of you who need clarity about your career path, for example, about your finances, about your education, about your living situation. Maybe you need clarity about how to invest your money, or you need clarity about what career path makes the most sense for you. If that's the case, I think that you're getting some expert advice that is going to be really helpful to you this month, because this represents someone who has more experience, but more specifically has the knowledge that you need, has the information that you need to make this decision in a smart way. Sometimes, like when we try to go about certain things on our own, there's just too much information. Like if we try to do research on our own, we get bombarded with all these different opinions from all these different websites. This is kind of a silly example, but I've been getting into skincare recently, and it can be kind of overwhelming. All the information that is out there. I would even say, like, stay away from the internet if you're trying to find clarity and trying to find answers, because one thing about the internet is that anyone can get on there and say any kind of stuff. So that's why we get these contradicting ideas. Like one website will say this product is really good for you, and then this person who has a YouTube channel is saying this will destroy your skin, and it can get very confusing. Of course, you can apply that to any situation, you know, like finances, content creation, making your own business, whatever it might be, health, nutrition. It's a lot of information out there, and this is the 7 of Swords. This is about like deception and misleading information. So it's like, talk to someone who has the qualifications, talk to someone who has the credentials, who knows what they're talking about, and they will be able to clear all of the confusion for you. It will be worth it to consult someone, whatever it might be. Talk to a dermatologist, talk to an accountant, talk to a realtor, talk to a teacher. It's gonna be really helpful. There's another way to interpret this, and I think this is more so for those of you who are feeling confused about matters of the heart, something that is more personal. You're gonna get clarity about this situation because you're finally able to detach from your emotions. I think there's been an overload of emotions for you, and especially something of a sentimental nature that is keeping you from making the right decision. And once you're able to detach from those emotions, it becomes clear as day. And an example that I can think of is, when we stay in a relationship that is toxic for us because we have an attachment to that person, or we have feelings for that person, we have a soft spot for them, we love them. But then when we kind of zoom out and look at the situation objectively, or look at it through an outsider's eyes, we can see, oh wait, the situation is kind of messed up, like we gotta go. So your emotions could be kind of clouding your judgment in this situation. So please feel free to claim one or both of those interpretations, because I can see both of them being the case here. But whatever the case might be, this month you're finally realizing what you have to do, and you're making the right decision. So next, let's take a look at some astrological and numerological cards to get more insight on the main energies of your month. So we have Uranus. Lots of air energy is present right now. Uranus is related to Aquarius, which is an air sign. The King of Swords is related to air signs, and the Seven of Swords is related to air, specifically Aquarius. So air energy, especially Aquarius, is strong here. It could be that you're surrounded by a lot of air signs in the month of April, or one particular air sign is going to play a big role. That's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. But it's interesting. Uranus also makes me think of epiphanies. It makes me think of aha moments, and it makes me think of big change happening. I think that this month, you guys are getting out of a rut. So if you've been experiencing stagnation and confusion in your life, you're getting out of that, and suddenly you have clarity, and suddenly you know the way forward, and things in your life will start to gain momentum. It's like you're finding the missing piece that was keeping you stuck. I also think for some of you guys, you've just been in a weird emotional state. It's like you haven't been yourself. And this month you're coming back to yourself, and you're like, holy crap, that was weird. Like, whew. Like, I can't believe I was being so emotional over that, or I can't believe like I caught so much feelings in that situation. Like, that's not really like me. It's like snapping back to reality, getting out of this funk, coming back to yourself. That is also a theme of the month of April. We have a time for healing with the balsamic moon. This moon is almost a new moon, so it feels like we are clearing away energies that don't serve us anymore and moving on so that we can start completely fresh. And you know what, group number ones, we spoke about Aquarius energy being significant. If it's not a person, it may be that when the moon is in Aquarius, this is going to be a really significant time. And literally, the Seven of Swords is moon in Aquarius. So yeah, I don't know the exact dates of it, but it will be around the middle of the month. And what's even more interesting is that this month, when the moon is in Aquarius, it's going to look something like this. It's going to be a waning moon. So yeah, it's like we're smartening up. Not that you weren't smart before, but we're like getting a reality check we're detaching from emotions that were clouding our judgment and holding us back, and we're letting go of something that was not serving us and we were only holding on to like for sentimental reasons or because we were attached, and we're letting go, and that's allowing us to start fresh. Something or someone, or the feelings you had towards something or someone, it's like it was holding you back from being your best self, from being your most confident self, from really glowing up in the way that you have the potential to do. My eyes are going towards this Uranus guy's stomach for some reason. Some of you guys could be working on your abs this month. I know that's kind of a strange specific message, but you could be working on your abs or building muscle, or you could be healing stomach issues this month, healing digestive issues. Especially some of you might have been having digestive issues like bloating, indigestion, stomach ache that was related to mental and emotional stress and anxiety. And then once that clears away, your physical symptoms clear as well. Because this healing can be emotional and physical. And then for your numerology card, we have the number 22, and it says your influence is astronomical. And we also have the keyword of charisma. Wow. I think relationships are going to be a big theme for you guys this month. And the feeling that this is giving me is that when you weed out the connections that were not genuine, it's going to make you appreciate the genuine connections that you do have even more. There's this feeling that you guys have been hung up on something or someone, and then once you let go of it, you remember how big the world is and how many amazing people are out there. Like your perspective becomes wide again, rather than zoning in on this one thing or this one person. And you're realizing just how many people there are out there who would love to get to know you, who you can have an amazing relationship with. There's a lot of fish in the sea and there's a lot of stars in the galaxy. And it's exciting. Like there's so many people in your life already who love you, but there's also so many people out there in the world who will love you, but who haven't met you yet. And they're just like waiting to meet you and love you. And I think this is just a month where you're feeling really excited about like the big world that is out there and all the amazing people that you can meet. And I think something that you guys need to be reminded of is how lovable and charming and funny and sweet and amazing you guys are. And probably you will be reminded of that this month. The 22nd could also be an important date. So I would say like the week between the 15th and the 22nd, that's going to be an important month for you guys. So let's take a look at some tea leaf cards as well. This is the last part of our, I just saw 1212 by the way. This is going to be the last part of our like general overview before moving into the specific parts of your life. So let's see what we have. We have tankard, celebration, fun, enjoyment. Ladder, climbing towards success. Okay, so something that's going to be important for you guys this month as well, and honestly just in general, is celebrating your small wins. Because when I see this ladder with climbing towards success, I'm thinking of someone climbing the ladder like step by step, going one step at a time, making slow but steady progress. And so what your guides are saying is for each, are they called rung, I think? For each thing that you climb up, we want you to celebrate yourself, like give yourself a pat on the back, because each and every step is an important accomplishment and worth celebrating. I think in April, you're also laying down the framework or making preparations for you to move up in your career. And maybe that's what you're consulting an expert about. Like, what can I do to make myself more marketable? What can I do to move up to a higher position? What kind of skills should I be working on, or what kind of market should I be focusing on, or what qualification should I think of getting, or like how can I boost my business. You're making plans to move up. So yeah, it seems like we're still in the planning stage. So maybe it's around like May or June that you're really going to start actively propelling in your career. But you are getting ready to enter into a higher position and to get more money for the work that you do. We also have mountain, major challenge to overcome. This makes a lot of sense. I think, yeah, you might be overwhelmed because you're looking at the whole journey in front of you, the whole mountain, and your guides are encouraging you to not look at this mountain and break it down into steps. I think this is a pretty easy concept to understand, but just for an example, like let's say you're learning Japanese and there's like thousands of characters that you need to learn. You're gonna get so discouraged if you think about that. But if you just tell yourself, I'm going to learn, I don't know, 5 characters a day or 10 characters a day, that seems a lot more doable. So your guides are saying like, you're maybe getting stressed and overwhelmed because you're looking at the whole mountain when you should just be looking at these little ladder steps. And every time you complete a ladder step, celebrate yourself. Even if it feels silly at first, it's worth celebrating, and that positive reinforcement will motivate you to keep going. So after you learn 5 characters, you give yourself a pat on the back, you give yourself a reward, and then you'll want to do it again tomorrow. Yeah, so that is your advice. And also, like, even with healing, looking at the healing journey, getting over something, getting over someone, that's a mountain too. And so, yeah, don't look at it as a huge mountain that you have to overcome all at once, but rather a little ladder that we just have to do one step. Yeah, and then those steps will add up. Initials that could be important for someone's name or a place. We have T, L, and M. And actually MTL is making me think of Montreal. So that could be a significant place for some of you. Anyway, so this concludes your general overview part of the reading. So now we're going to move into the specific areas of your life. As you can see, we have 1 tarot card and 1 oracle card each for love life and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. So we're going to start off with your love life and relationships. For your tarot card, we have the 4 of Pentacles. And for your oracle card, we have just trust. Aww. Okay, so 4 of Pentacles, this is the sun in Capricorn. So someone who has a Capricorn sun is going to be important this month. So someone who's born between late December and late January. It's interesting to me that this 4 of Pentacles person has a tear running down their eye. That's an interesting feature of the illustration in this deck. And it makes sense. I feel like there's some loss that is happening from your social circle. You're realizing that someone wasn't genuine because we had that energy of deception here, and then also like a mole. I'm thinking of, don't you call the mole, it's like someone who's in your circle, but they're like undercover, or they're like leaking information. I think that's called a mole. So it feels like there's someone that we're weeding out, even like, you know, this image, we're uprooting, we're weeding someone out of our social circle. It could be romantic or platonic. And then, yeah, and it's making you appreciate the real connections that you have even more. Because it's like the contrast is showing you who you can really trust. and showing you a deeper appreciation for those people who are trustworthy and who are genuine. And you do have a lot of those people around you. This also makes me think of your angels watching over you and protecting you. So I want to tell you guys, if someone is leaving your life, don't go chasing after them, because anything that's leaving your life is for your protection. It's because your angels love you and are watching over you, and they're preventing you from getting hurt further. And I'm here, like, hold on to the real ones. Hold on to the true friends. It's becoming very clear this month who your real friends are. And that bond that you have with them and the love that you have with them is going to deepen even more. There's also a message coming through that there's something about lending money. So if you guys are in need this month, it could be that someone in your life is lending you money. Or this like betrayal that happened, or this person who's not genuine, it could have had something to do with money. Like you lent them money and they didn't pay you back, or they said they needed money for a certain thing, but then they used it for something else. So there was like dishonesty there. Yeah, that is another message. Anyway, we're keeping only the real and genuine people around. It doesn't really seem like a month where we're creating new, like, close or intimate bonds. I do think that you'll be socializing and appreciating the people around you. But at the same time, it really does seem like we're sticking to our closest circle for the most part and really just appreciating them. So like your core friend group is going to be really significant this month, or your family, whether that's like your biological family or your chosen family, is going to be really significant this month. You're going to feel a lot of love and support from them. So next we have the cards for career and studies. With your tarot card, we have the Page of Cups. Ooh, so there's a surprise opportunity in your career, a surprise new beginning. You could be assigned something that you haven't really done before. It's not necessarily out of your position or like out of the scope of your work, but it's something kind of like new and fun and exciting where you get to use your creativity. So, you know, if I use myself as an example, it's like an opportunity is coming my way it's related to tarot, but it's not like the typical pick a card readings that I do all the time. It's something kind of fresh and exciting. So yeah, you're gonna get to do something new, exciting, kind of unexpected in your career this month that allows you to use skills that you already have, but just in a little bit more of a creative way. And it's gonna make things feel more fun because you're kind of getting out of the mundane day-to-day of your job and just doing something refreshing. It will be fun, and it will also help you bond with the people you work with in a kind of new way. You get to be more playful, more creative, more experimental. This pages can also indicate you could be getting an assistant, or you could be, if you're a student, you could be getting a tutor or being a tutor to someone this month. There could be a new staff coming into your workplace as well. Let's see your oracle card. You are about to shine. Yeah. An unexpected opportunity this month is allowing you to shine and see your true potential. Is this a armadillo? I think it is. For some reason, I get like armadillo and anteater confused, or they're not the same, I don't think. Anyway, it's not important. Wow, that's really cool. So Okay. Another interpretation of this is that you'll get a chance to use a skill or talent or interest that you have in work or school that you don't normally get to use, and then it makes you feel like validation. And I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, I'm just gonna, because I'm not feeling creative right now, I'm gonna kind of use a previous example. We talked about like learning Japanese. So let's say you're learning Japanese and then you work at a hospital and then a patient comes in who only speaks Japanese. So like knowing Japanese is not part of your job description, but it is something that you do and learn and enjoy in your private time. So then they're like, can anyone around help us? And you're like, oh, like I'm studying Japanese, I can speak it. And then you can be of service in your work for this other skill that you have that's like out of your job description. But just because of the unexpected circumstances of this day, you were able to use it and help and really shine. And then everyone's like, oh my gosh, thank you, group one. That was so awesome. Like, I didn't know you could do that. That's kind of the vibe that I'm feeling. And I'm sure there's a lot of other examples of that I just can't think of right now. But, you know, you have your skill set that is expected of you at your job. And then you have the skills and the hobbies and the passions like in your personal life. And I think you're going to get to bring a little bit of your personal skills into work, and everyone's like, whoa, like I didn't know you could do that. That's so impressive. That's the feeling. Okay, so finally we are going to look at the cards for spiritual and personal growth. So for your tarot card, I love to see this. I love to see this. This is the Six of freaking Swords. There we go. Which is also an Aquarius card. Lots of Aquarius energy going on here. We did have the Sun in Capricorn energy. Ooh, and this is Mercury in Capricorn, I think. No, yes, it is. That would be so cool if someone's like a Capricorn Sun with Mercury in Aquarius, or like an Aquarius moon. I love when specific combinations show up. Anyway, really love to see this because the Six of Swords represents moving away from a situation that was mentally and emotionally turbulent and moving into more peaceful and calm waters. And that's really what we're seeing here. We're getting clarity about something that was really causing more stress in our life than anything good. And once we detach ourselves from the emotional investment that we had in it, we're able to let go. And that's just going to make life so much more smooth sailing. It's just there's something or someone in your life that is just contributing chaos and stress and just making life a lot more difficult than it needs to be. Or a way of thinking that you're stuck on, or a habit that you're stuck on. It's just making things harder than it needs to be. And this is the month where we finally let go and things become easy. I think in the month of April, your mental health is going to feel better than it did in a very long time. Like in months, or even in years for some of you. Like I can't remember the last time I felt this present. I felt this energized. I can't remember the last time I was able to just like lie in bed and go to sleep because I'm not thinking and worrying about 5 million things. I can't remember the last time I just felt okay. I just felt chill. That's the vibe this month. We're doing very good mentally, for sure. And I love that one of the beings in the boat in this deck is an angel, because This for me, this Four of Pentacles, I think it's just like my personal interpretation, I'm pretty sure. It gives me big angel vibes, like angels are watching over you, angels are protecting you. So we do see that clarified here. Let me get a couple decks. Let's see if we can find out who's around you. I brought a couple of my angel-y decks over here so we can see. But I think developing a closer relationship with your angels and those who are guiding you from the other side, the more you connect with them, the better life is going to be and the better you're going to feel. Let's see who is with you. Who is with group number 1? I think many of you have a passed on loved one who is with you. And you're going to start feeling closer and closer to them. Let's use this one. I think, yeah, I didn't want to push it with this one because I feel like the angel, the guardian angel that is coming out here is actually a loved one. What about from here? Yes. Ooh, Kuan Yin! Aww. And she is the goddess of mercy and compassion. And she'll also help to calm your worries. I love Kuan Yin. Kannong sama. Okay. And then we have Metamorphosis. Whatever this is, whatever I'm going through, come on and give me a kiss. Come on, I insist. Metamorphosis. I love that. You're spreading your wings. I love this transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly with like, you're about to shine. And I'm thinking of, okay, I'm gonna have to bring out the fallback deck as well, because there's a card in that deck that says, oh, where is it? There's a card in that deck that says, just when the caterpillar thought her life was over, she turned into a butterfly. And I feel like that's what's happening for you guys. Like, it's getting better. Just when you felt like this was the end, when you felt like things couldn't get better, they did. When you thought your life was over, that's when you turned into a butterfly. And actually, now that I think about it, it's really exciting that this is a page. Because page is like the first of the court cards. It's the least evolved. So it's like you're about to shine, but this is just the beginning. So you're just starting to shine this month, and you're going to start shining more and more and more and evolving more and more and more. And really coming into yourself and developing your talents and developing a strong sense of who you are, or of who the new you is, who you're becoming. Because I just feel that's been clouded for some time. Because of some emotional attachments we had, it clouded our vision of who we're becoming, or who we're supposed to become, or what we're capable of. Yeah. I really want to find that fallback deck. You know, I really gotta start organizing my decks better. Okay, here she is. Yeah, we're bringing out the extra decks for this group. Okay, let's get, ooh, I just saw 3333. Seeing 33, 33, or seeing repeating threes, I think that's a sign that Kuan Yin is around you. And that makes a lot of sense because the number 3 is associated with the Empress card, who is like the universal mother. And Kuan Yin has a very motherly energy to her. Okay, so from the fallback deck, what else does group number 1 need to know about this month? Oh, butterflies! And that's really significant to me because this deck has, I believe, 5 different potential images. So the fact that out of all of those you got the one with butterflies, there's very, very strong vibes of transformation. Oh my gosh, this matches so well with this one and this one. Because this one says you're about to shine. And then your influence is astronomical. Your charisma is astronomical. You are glowing. All eyes are on you. Receive attention and affection. Your energy is magnetic. Woo! This is a month where you're really shining and getting to show people what you're made of and what you're good at. And people are going to be so impressed by you. I think there's some things that you guys are good at that you just take for granted. You don't really realize how impressive it is that you can do what you do. It's almost like because you do it every day, it just becomes like a given to you. And even this, like, celebrate your wins, celebrate how far you've come. Remind yourself how amazing it is that you can do what you do. Like, yeah, I hope that makes sense. Like, if you've been doing something for so many years, it's almost like you become desensitized to how impressive it is because it just becomes part of like your everyday life. You're like, yeah, of course I can do that. But it's like you forget how freaking cool it is to other people. And you can be a little bit more of a ham with your skills this month, okay? You can show off a little bit more. Okay, so I think that's all for my lovely group number 1s. These are all the messages I have for you. So thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. And of course, a wonderful month of April. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, you can find me on Instagram. We have pick a card readings on there, a lot of timeless ones too. We have a Patreon where we have over 50 exclusive pick a cards to date, plus 2 new ones every month, and you get to choose the topic for those. We have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to the full version of that song or any of my other ones, you can do so over on my music channel. And finally, we have merch at kinotarot.com, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. And we have that on hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, and tote bags. So all that stuff that I just mentioned is going to be linked down below for you in the description, as well as the pinned comment of this video. Thank you so much for supporting me and for supporting my channel. It truly means so much to me. My group number 1s, I'm sending you lots of love to everybody who is playing a role in your April, to your loved ones, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, and your whole spiritual team, both here on earth and in the spirit realms. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number 2s. So if you guys chose the red Aragonite, this is going to be a reading all about your month of April 2023. So like I mentioned in the intro, we're going to start off this reading by taking a look at the main themes of the month for you, the main energies that you're dealing with, as well as the most significant events and changes. And we're going to do that with these cards right here. So let's get into it. We're starting off with the Healer of Abundance. I believe this is the Queen of Pentacles. Never doubt that you can make a difference. Your creativity and ability to be innovative make you destined to succeed. It might be time to expand your career, but don't forget to leave time for family. This situation involves a person, possibly you, who's down to earth with a gift for design or decorating. He or she is open-minded and nurturing. Ooh, okay, yeah, I think that this is you. This Queen of Pentacles is definitely you. So right away we can see that a big theme for you guys in the month of April is the expansion of your career. There are big opportunities waiting for you in April, or there is a significant big achievement in your career that you are reaching this month. I also think that this is going to be a good month for you guys financially. You're feeling very secure. You're feeling in a very good place. If you have people who depend on you financially, like children or family of some kind, this is a month where you can rest assured that everybody is going to be taken care of. And this is also a month where you don't have to choose between like treating yourself and meeting the necessities. You can do both. You know, you meet all of your needs and then you have left over to treat yourself, to reward yourself, to do something you enjoy. This is a month of abundance for you. Family is also a theme this month, so there could be a significant event with your family this month, a celebration, or this could just be a month where you're feeling really appreciative for them, where you're spending more time with them or spending more time at home. Of course, this can include both your biological family and your chosen family. But this energy looks really, really nice so far. This is technically a playing card, but I'm reading it like a tarot card. We have another Pentacles card. And this is the 10 of Pentacles. These two are both just amazing cards for abundance. And I'm noticing we have a theme of red going on because you guys chose the red Aragonite, and then this Queen of Pentacles is like totally decked out in red flowers. And then the suit of Pentacles here is diamonds, which is red. So red could be your lucky color this month. If you are going to a job interview or something really important for your career, maybe you have a big presentation or a big performance or an evaluation of some kind, I would suggest that you wear red. Yeah, because it's your lucky color. And also I think wearing red makes you come across as like competent and assertive. It's a color that stands out. It's very powerful. It gives me leader vibes. I love that for you. We're making big moves this month. Also, I kind of forgot to mention, but there's a little note here about you have a gift for design or decorating. So that could be a confirmation for those of you who are in a career that is involved with something like that, design, decorating, visually planning something out. Or if you're wondering what career path to pursue next, it could have something to do with visuals, with some kind of decorating or some kind of design. And what was I gonna say? Oh, let's talk about this 10 of Pentacles. This is also a card that talks about abundance, but also prosperity. So being taken care of in the long term and having something going for you that is very promising for years to come. And it also has the themes of family. So family's coming through quite strong. I think that not only will you be blessed in your career and financially, but your family and loved ones will as well. So for example, in the month of April, your spouse could be getting really good news about their job and you're celebrating that. Or like your sibling could be getting a promotion. Like you'll have a lot to celebrate amidst your loved ones and your family. It's kind of like you're all moving up together. And it feels quite touching because you've been there for each other through thick and thin, supported each other when times were tough, and now you get to celebrate your victories together. It's just this really lovely moment. And I think that in general, we are introducing... what am I trying to say? We're introducing journeys that are going to carry us a very long way. So, for example, the new habits that you start in the month of April, you're going to continue them for a very long time. Or jobs that you're taking in April. This is going to be your job for a long time. So we're not really dealing with things that are come and go this month. It seems like we're really getting prepared to settle down, to settle into the next big chapter of our future. We're doing a lot of things this month that our future self will thank us for, which is beautiful. I also want to, sometimes this card makes me think of good health for your family. So if you or anyone in your family has, for example, a surgery coming up or some kind of screening, health screening coming up, I think that everything's going to be okay. They will get the bill of clean health, or they will show recovery or show progress. Even animals in your life, good health for them, recovery for them. Yes. So let's take a look now at some astrology and numerology cards to get more insights into the main energies of your month. We have Neptune. Seahorses also make me think of family. Aww. And we have faith in your dreams with the waxing crescent moon. Isn't that beautiful? So one thing about Neptune, first of all, Neptune can be a symbol of dreams, but Neptune tends to symbolize things that are kind of abstract, we can't really reach out and grasp. They're not tangible. They're kind of lofty, they're kind of fantasy. And so having this Neptune card and then having all of this practical earth energy, I really think that this is a month where you are grounding your dreams in reality. So you're taking a very tangible step towards your dream. You're taking the necessary action, and you're starting to see how these dreams can manifest physically. Yeah. This is talking about your dreams materializing into reality for sure. We have a waxing moon, which is about the current energy growing and gaining momentum. So whatever you guys are doing right now, whatever you're working on right now, this is your guide saying, keep at it. And if there's anything you've been wondering, like, is it worth it to keep going? Should I hold on here? The answer is yes. This is not a time of like letting go of things. This is not really a time of starting completely new things either. It's like, keep doing what you're doing. Keep growing what you're working on. Keep investing in it, because it will lead to something very fruitful for you. And we have, so this says like choice or decision, and it says now is the time to use the power of choice. Wow. And we have the number 19. These could be important dates in the month of April, so the 10th through the 19th. And you know what? I'm thinking of the tarot cards that are associated with these numbers. So the number 10, that's the Wheel of Fortune. So that's luck is working in your favor and things are gaining momentum. And then we have 19, which is the Sun, which is like your brilliant ideas are leading to victory and you're celebrating, and it's a joyous time. We also have a dragon here, which I feel like is bringing good luck to you. And seahorses kind of look like dragons, don't they? And if I'm not, I feel like the Japanese word for seahorse has something to do with dragon. I could be making that up, so don't don't quote me on that. I'm gonna look that up after, but I could have sworn it's something to do with a dragon. So yeah, dragon could be your lucky animal, or someone born in the year of the dragon could be significant. So that's 2000, also 2012, 2000, 1988, 1976, 1964, just minus 12 years forever. Yeah, and it says, now is the time to use your power of choice. And this is such an empowering message, because this is really a point in your life where it's in your hands. You get to choose the direction that you go from here on out. I'm even getting like emperor-ish energy from this group. Like you are in charge. I feel like you are the head of something. Like you could be becoming the head of your household, well, if you're living alone, of course, you're the head of your household, but like you could be the main breadwinner in your household, or you're becoming the head of some department, or the head of a committee, or you're becoming your own boss even. I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but decorating your home or reorganizing your home or moving furniture around could also bring inspiration and bring good luck to you. Maybe like rearranging the feng shui of your place. But yeah, let's get back to this. You really have the power to choose what kind of month you want this to be. You know, sometimes there's a lot of divine intervention and things not going to plan, and it's in destiny's hands. But this month feels a lot like free will, and the things that you do choose to put your energy into will go according to plan. It's like very much this month, the universe is following your lead, and like fate is taking orders from you. You are the boss, you are the main character, you're the one who's deciding how this month goes. And you're choosing that by what you put your energy into and what you believe in. Whatever you believe in and invest in will grow tenfold. Ooh, okay, so let's take a look now at some tea leaf fortune cards. This is the last part of the general look at the month before we go into the specific life areas. So we have Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So more messages about your career, your business. We have Ear, good news. And Camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. Ooh, so at the beginning of the month, you might be faced with an obstacle in your work, but there is like a clever way to get over it. So if you use your brain, if you think of creative ways of problem solving, then you will overcome it. And specifically, you might be successful in a negotiation or like winning over a client. And so you're hearing good news, or like someone is accepting your proposal. But it seems like there were some delays or some obstacles, and you're like, oh man, like how are we going to win this negotiation? Or like, how are we going to convince this client? Or how are we going to get this approved? How are we going to make this deadline? There's some kind of crunch like that, some kind of pinch, and you're like, no, like think, we got this. And then you come up with a creative solution and you don't give up, and then you get the good news that you've been wanting. Could also be that you find some kind of loophole or something like that. So yeah, if problems come your way, persevere. Don't keep banging your head into the problem the same way. Try to find a different approach. Try to find a way around, because there's another approach that will bring the outcome that you're looking for. So definitely don't give up, but also don't get tunnel vision on like it has to be done this way. Because if you get a little bit creative and think outside the box, there we go, then it will bring you a positive outcome. This ear card in this deck also makes me think of clairaudience. So that could be a gift that you have. And I think that your guides will be communicating to you a lot through sounds this month. So for example, lyrics in songs, bits and pieces of someone's conversation that you overhear, or punctuating your thoughts with sounds in the outside world. This is something that happens to me every now and then when I'm reading. I will say something that feels important, and then like a car honks outside. So it will be like, a big financial opportunity is coming for you. Beep. And it's almost like spirit emphasizing that point that I just said. So pay attention to that this month. Like if you're having a thought, or if you just said something and then there's like a loud noise, it's your guides confirming that the thought you just had or the thing you just said is true, is accurate, is very important. and they'll sort of guide you in that way. Okay, so, oh, also, these letters could be important. F, E, and C. Those could be the initials of an important person or an important place. F-E-C. Okay, so that concludes the general overview part of the reading. So we're going to take a look at the specific areas of your life now. Let me just move that light. So as you can see, I have one tarot card and one oracle card each for the areas of your love life and relationships, your career and studies, and your spiritual and personal growth. So let's start off with your love and relationships. For the tarot card, we have the Ace of Swords. And for your oracle card, we have Claim Your Power. And that matches so well with this card that's like, use your power of decision. And actually, the Ace of Swords talks about decisiveness as well. We mentioned Year of the Dragon, Year of the Tiger could also be significant, which is 2010, 1998, 1986, keep going back 12 years. But yeah, this is very empowering energy. And I think I even was kind of talking about empowerment here. You're just feeling powerful this month. Let's just put it that way. So yes, you are definitely resolving conflicts this month, and it's coming out in your favor. So again, like any kind of negotiation or back and forth that you're having at work, it's going to come out in favor for you. Also, anything legal, anything to do with legal processes, legal claims, I don't know, like copyright claims, that's going to come out in your favor as well. Someone will rule that you were in the right. And maybe someone owes you money, or someone has to like revoke their claim or something like that. In your personal life, this could be indicating that you're going to be getting clarity and truth from someone. Maybe someone whose true feelings and intentions haven't been clear. They're coming forward with the truth this month, and you're having a very productive conversation. If you've been waiting to hear from a specific person, you will hear from them in April. We have the number 25 here, so the 25th of April could be significant for that. But I also want to say, in your personal relationships, you do have power to get your needs met. This might be an encouragement to speak up about what you need, rather than just waiting for someone to read your mind or waiting for someone to change. It's like someone might need to be told in a very straightforward way what you need to feel good in the relationship. And you might feel powerless in relationships when you don't use your voice. And you just kind of sit back and wait for them to change or wait for them to do what you need them to do. This is your encouragement. Like, if something's not sitting right, say something. You do have the power to change things for the better by using your voice and by being honest about how you feel. So to take more initiative, I guess, in getting your needs met in relationships. And I do realize that can be easier said than done, especially if you have a belief that like your needs or opinions are not valid or don't deserve to be voiced. And I want to tell you right now that that is bullshit. Speak up about what you need, and if someone won't give you the time of day, or if someone invalidates that, it says nothing about you. It's just, and this is kind of harsh, but it's just them being a piece of crap, because if you're in any kind of personal relationship with someone, don't you want them to feel heard? Don't you want them to feel understood? Anyway, seems like in your personal life, it's time for direct, open, honest communication, and there's going to be opportunities to do that. So next, we have your cards for career and studies. So we have the Five of Cups and perception. This is very interesting, and I think that this is going back to what we saw here with the tea leaf cards. There is going to be some kind of obstacle in your career this month, something that doesn't go your way. And it's so interesting that both of these cards, the problem is where the person is looking. If this person is looking this way, all they're going to see is these gloomy colors, these spilled cups. If they only turn around, they will see the shiny golden cups that are waiting for them. And the same thing with this ostrich. If they would only get their head out of the sand, they would see that there is hope. They would see that there's other opportunities. So I think your guides are reiterating this message because it's really, really important. And sometimes we forget in the moment when emotions are involved. Something is not going to go your way. And it's really important to not dwell on that and to remember that there still is hope. It's really important that you don't give up. This is a number 5, which means that the situation could still go either way. 5 is a number of change, and it's also in the middle of the numbers. Like from 1 to 9, it's right in the middle. So it means that it could still go either way. So I need to think of a more like concrete example. Well, let's say you are trying to, you know what? I'm just going to use YouTube as an example because it's very easy and I do that a lot. But please apply it to your own like professional or educational situation. So you might put out a video and then it doesn't become successful in the way that you want it to. And this is your guide saying, yes, we understand that this is disappointing, but please remember that the potential for success is still very much there. So don't give up and keep making videos, but at the same time, don't just keep making the exact same video over and over and over again, because then it's like keeping your head in the sand. It's like banging your head into the wall, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So your guides are saying to persevere, but change your approach. Or let this experience show you, okay, so maybe this doesn't work, but maybe this way will. It's just important to remember that this is not a failure. Or like at work, if you're trying to get permission for a project, I don't know what it's called, get approval for a project, and you don't get approval, your guides are saying don't give up, but that doesn't mean like, oh, just ask them again. It's like change something in your delivery or change something in the project plan and then go back and try again, and then you will get a yes. Don't give up. Think creatively, think outside the box, make some changes, and come back. Yeah. We spoke about this period being important, the 10th to the 19th. I feel like I want to mention that again. But yeah, don't let this obstacle defeat you. Let it show you how your approach needs to be changed. And then finally, we have your cards for spiritual and personal growth. So for your tarot card, yeah, it makes sense. We have the Nine of Wands. The reason this makes sense is because this means don't give up on how far you've come. And I love that we have the red roses again. Like, yes, this is you on your journey to abundance, on your journey to success. This is you on your journey to that significant achievement. You're so close. You're so close to this breakthrough. You're so close to this achievement. Don't give up. It's just, and they want to tell you so many times, because when you get emotional, it's going to be hard to remember. This is not your sign to give up. This is not the end. In fact, you're closer than you've ever been. So keep having faith. You've come so far. Don't give up. Protect your idea. Protect your efforts. Protect what you're trying to do. You will be successful. This is the moon in Sagittarius. I want to see in the month of April, when is the moon going to be in Sagittarius? And you know what? I have a feeling that it might actually be around the 10th. Let me see. I'm just scrolling on my moon app. Okay, so the moon enters, yeah, it's in Sagittarius from the 9th to the 11th. Yeah. So I think the 10th is an important date for whatever reason. And then for your oracle card, we have victory. Yep. Don't give up and you will be victorious. Exactly. And this is a big part. This is a big part of your spiritual and personal growth, because I think experiencing this victory is going to boost your confidence so much. And it's also going to boost other people's confidence in you. Like, people are really going to see your strength and believe in what you can do. We have this repeating image of a crown. You know, the Ace of Swords also talks about breakthroughs and new beginnings after tough times. So there is a big breakthrough coming for you this month. We also have binoculars and a bird, which is making me think of bird's eye views, looking at the bigger picture. So whatever breakthrough's happening this month, again, it's really going to clear the way and allow you to see into your long-term future. This breakthrough that you're having this month is the first step to this next big chapter of your professional journey. Ooh, I love that. So there was a couple extra decks that I pulled out for group 1. And I just saw 28, by the way. There's a couple extra decks that I pulled out for group 1, and I want to use them for you guys as well. I think I'll use them for all of the groups. But there's a couple like guardian angel decks so that we can see who's with you this month. And then also the fallback deck, which will just give us a nice closing message. So I'm going to try shuffling from both of these decks. I say try because I'm not going to force any cards to come out. Because, you know, the being who's working with you and watching over you just might not be in one of these decks, and that's very fine. But just in case they are, this will be their opportunity to make themselves known. Okay, is there anyone who is working with group number 2 or watching over or assisting group number 2 who would like to make themselves known right now? Okay. We have, oh, it's Sandalphon. I love him. Archangel Sandalphon. We angels bring you gifts from your creator. Open your arms to receive. Archangel Sandalphon always makes me think of music. So we did have that ear message about clairaudience. Yeah, pay attention to messages that you receive in music this month. That might be how your angels talk to you. I think what Archangel Sandalphon wants to let you know is that this is a month where you're going to be shown over and over again how truly worthy you are of receiving and how truly worthy you are of seeing the fruitions of your desires. And where you are getting reassurance that you are in the right profession, you're in the right role, and this is your calling. This is what you were meant to do. This is a month where any doubts, any imposter syndromes are going to be, what's the word? Eased? Reassured? Basically, if you ever feel like I don't belong here, I'm not good enough to do this job, like I'm faking it, I'm gonna disappoint people, all of those false beliefs are gonna be blown out of the water this month, and it will be confirmed to you just how capable you are. Let's see if there's anyone from this deck. Is there anyone in this deck who is working with group number 2 or watching over them or assisting them? Yes. Ooh, Aphrodite. And Aphrodite is the goddess of beauty and elegance. I just saw 3131 right as I am holding up this card. So whereas Archangel Sandalphon, I think, is communicating to you through music and sound, you might see signs of Aphrodite through repeating numbers. So the same way we spoke about like thoughts that you have being punctuated by sound, pay attention also to numbers that you see. So if you're having a thought like, I should be a graphic designer, or like, should I maybe go into graphic design? And then you look up and you see 1111, that's like, yes, you should. So repeating numbers will be showing you what is important or what to focus on more. Same thing, like if someone texts you or someone pops into your mind and it's like 444, it's letting you know that person is going to be important in some way. But yeah, very interesting that we have the messages of like design and decorating, and then we have beauty and elegance. If you're not in a career that involves like art or decoration or aesthetics in any way, it could be that this month you are really vamping up your own aesthetic and vamping up your own look. And I think that comes with you feeling more confident and empowered. I think you're really starting to dress and present yourself in a way that makes you feel super confident, in charge, beautiful. Okay, so let's get a card from the fallback deck now to close off. Make sure that you do something to rest your body or rest your muscles. So for example, if you are sitting at a desk for like 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day or something crazy like that for your job, then make sure that you get a massage for your shoulders. Or if you're staring at a screen all day, make sure that you put like a eye pack on your eyes, or like, what do you call them? Steaming your eyes, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, put like a hot towel to relax your eyes at the end of the day. Or if you write a lot, then make sure that you're like giving your wrists and your fingers a rest. I think you guys know what I mean. That came out very messily, but whatever you do repeatedly, make sure that you give that part of your body a break. If you're sitting a lot, make sure that you're like stretching your legs and walking. Take care of your body, take care of your physical vessel. Make sure that you're hydrating. Some of you guys, isn't there that kind of light that mimics natural sunlight? That could help boost your mood. This group might also need to hear there's some purchases that you're considering that your guides are saying go ahead and make them. Because first of all, you'll be able to afford it. And second of all, there's certain things that you are viewing as a frivolous purchase when it's really not. Like, it's actually something that will add a great value to your life. So maybe you're like considering you want to buy one of those back roller things, or you want to buy a massage chair, something even bigger, and you're like, oh my god, that's so frivolous, that's so luxurious, that's so silly. And your guys are like, no, it's not. It's gonna ease your muscles. It's gonna bring comfort to your physical body. It's gonna improve your well-being and health. It's gonna reduce your pain. Why would that be frivolous? So yeah, think about, why do I think this is frivolous if it's gonna make my life a lot easier? Like, why? We don't have to be struggling right now. We don't have to be suffering right now. Okay. So for our fallback card, reflect on your strength. We forget how strong we are until we look back at all we've overcome. You are resilient. Your growth is forever. You've been so strong. You've come so far. Celebrate yourself for how far you've come, but recognize that you can still go farther. Don't give up on yourself. This is a big theme for your month, is breakthrough and empowerment. Okay, so my group number 2s, these are all the messages we have for you today. So I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and of course, a wonderful month of April. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, you can find me on Instagram. We have pick a card readings there as well. You can find me on Patreon, where we have over 50 exclusive pick a card readings to date, plus 2 new ones every month. And you guys get to choose the topic for those. You can find me on my music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to the full version of that song or any of my other ones, you can do so over on my music channel. And finally, we have merch at kinotarot.com, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video, and we have that on hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, and tote bags. So all that stuff that I just mentioned is going to be linked down below for you in the description, as well as in the pinned comment of this video. Thank you so much for supporting me and for supporting my channel. It truly means so much. My lovely group number 2s, I'm sending you lots of love, and lots of love to everyone who is going to be a part of your April, to all your loved ones, your spirit guides, and your whole spiritual team, both here on earth and in the spirit realms. Special thank you to Archangel Sandalphon and to Aphrodite for making themselves known and for looking after you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number 3s, so if you guys chose the Malachite, this is going to be a reading all about your month of April 2023. So like I mentioned in the intro, we're going to start off this reading by taking a look at the main themes this month for you, as well as the main energies that you're dealing with and the most significant events and changes coming your way. We're going to be using these cards for that, so let's get started. Your first card is positive recognition. Wow, congratulations. Your plans have worked out perfectly, and now it's your time to shine. Brilliant new ideas will present themselves to you, and success is all but assured. Express yourself openly and honestly, knowing that those surrounding you are trustworthy. Be open to unexpected opportunities. Yes, I love this. So, it looks like the theme for you guys this month is success. I'm also hearing the word unveiling. So this might be the month where you are unveiling a creative project to the world, or you are finally presenting something that you've been working on, and it's going to be a huge success. I think that something you are putting out there is being received very positively. This is the sun. in traditional tarot because we have the number 19 here, and this does give me a very creative energy. So many of you guys might be artists and creatives, and this is indicating that this is going to be a month full of inspiration and where you are making a lot of progress on your projects, but there's a feeling of you releasing one of your works and it's being reviewed very positively. But of course, this doesn't just have to be for art. Like, maybe you are giving a talk and it's being received very well. Maybe you are submitting a paper. Maybe you're writing a thesis, or you're doing some kind of research and it's being received very well. You're making a business proposal. You're going to an interview. There's just this feeling of you putting yourself out there and showing someone or showing the world at large what you've got, and getting a very positive response. And there is a feeling of you shining and being in the spotlight as well. So there's positive buzz surrounding you. Not only are the people witnessing what you've done, celebrating you, but then they're going off and telling people about it. Like, oh my gosh, you have to see this video that group 3 made. You have to read this book. You have to read this paper. Listen to this business idea. This is amazing. So you're dazzling people so much that what you're doing is just naturally getting spread around. Ooh, that's awesome. Okay, so we also have the 7 of clubs. This is like the 7 of wands in tarot. And oh wow, so there's quite a bit of Leo energy going on here. The sun is related to the zodiac sign of Leo. This card is the sun. And then the 7 of wands is also Leo energy. More specifically, it's Mars in Leo. A Leo person could be significant, or this is more symbolic of the fact that you are really the star this month. You are the shining star. All eyes are on you. You're getting attention. You're feeling confident. Also, I'm just looking at 7/19, like July 19th could be an important date. I know that this is an April reading, but you know, it could be someone's birthday. It's actually my sister's birthday, in fact. But there is a little heads up that is coming through with this 7 of wands. Be careful of pushing yourself too hard this month. Be careful about burnout. Because yes, you have a lot of great ideas that are bubbling up this month for projects that you want to start, you know, new things that you want to try. And I think you'll also have new offers coming your way, job offers or offers for creative collaboration. And I feel like you're very excited and you want to do it all, but don't try to do it all this month. There is kind of a risk of you biting off more than you can chew. There's a risk of you getting a lot of offers this month and being so excited that you say yes to all of them, and then you find yourself very overwhelmed because there's just no way that you can get everything done on time. I often use YouTube as an example just because it's something that comes easily to me. But it's like if your YouTube channel blew up and then all of a sudden you're getting a bunch of emails in your inbox about like, do this brand deal, can you do this sponsored content? And you're like, oh my God, this is so exciting. And you say yes to everyone. But now you're like, oh crap, now I have all of this sponsored content to make, like, and I only have so many hours in a day, but I've already said yes. Or like this actually happened to me when my channel started growing and I was doing personal readings. I was just taking everyone's request for a personal reading and then I got a burnout. So just be careful about that. I feel like there are going to be a lot of offers flooding in, but either don't take them all. So like be selective about which ones you take, or just space them out, you know, like you can reply to the offer, you know, I would love to accept this offer. I would love to work with you. But this month is really busy for me. Can we maybe do something later on in the year? Just try to space it out so that you don't get overwhelmed, because the 7 of Wands is a card that I sometimes see as like you're burning the candle at both ends, I think is the expression. You're kind of spreading yourself very thin. There could also be a piece of advice here to get some help. So maybe get someone to help you manage all of the, you know, communications that are coming in, or have an assistant or have a partner. There is this message of express yourself openly and honestly, knowing that those surrounding you are trustworthy. And so there may be some of you in this group who you like to do everything by yourself because you don't trust people, or like you trust yourself the most to get things done right or get things done in the way that you want. So this month you could be partnering up with a trusted person who like gets work done exactly how you like it, or your working style is compatible. I just feel like you can't do everything alone, or you can, but then you can't do as much. So if you really must take all the offers coming your way, consider getting some help. Or if you really must do everything by yourself because you don't trust people to do it right, then don't take all the offers. It's like you have to kind of compromise somewhere, or else you got a big storm coming. There's gonna be like a burnout coming your way. So let's take a look at your astrological and numerological cards to get more insights into the main energies of your month. Woo! Okay. We have Mars. Very interesting. So we have Leo coming up twice, and we have Mars coming up twice. That's funny. I have a Mars in Leo. Yeah. Also, I know that this is an April reading, but Leo season could be important for you guys. Like late July to late August, or like I said before, a Leo person. Also an Aries person or a Scorpio person could be important. Or maybe that is someone's big three, like a Leo sun, Scorpio moon, Aries rising, or some combination of that. Yeah, this is definitely a month where you are going to feel very inspired and very motivated. I see you being very driven, and you're in like a masculine energy this month. And actually, I'm just realizing in April, we're going into April already in Aries season. And I think you're going to be feeling that energy really, really strongly. You're going to be feeling like, yes, this is a fresh new start. I'm full of life. I'm full of energy. There's a million things that I want to do. You definitely do have quite a bit of energy this month. Physical activity might be significant this month as well. So you could be starting a new hobby that is related to physical activity or exercise, or this is your sign that if you did start like a workout routine or you started doing a sport, you're going to keep it up in April. And in fact, you might even reach a new significant goal, you know, hitting your best number of reps or your best weight. I don't know. I don't lift, but you know what I mean? Your best set or whatever, or like running at your best time or something like that. Some goal being reached with your physical body. Let's take a look at the next card. We also have a personal issue reaches resolution with full moon in Cancer. Interesting. So like I keep talking about other months during an April reading, but late June to late August is going to be an important time for you guys. So it could be that like in April you are preparing for stuff that's going to be happening in June, July, or August. But yeah, we have a personal issue reaches resolution. It's interesting to me that the Mars person is like looking over at the crab. And then, makes sense. We have leader. Today, you are the main character. I'm going to translate this to say like this month, you are the main character. The first week of April could be important for you guys because we have the number 1 here and the number 7. So I'm thinking of like the 1st to the 7th of the month. I'm trying to think when the moon would be in Cancer, but I can't think off the top of my head. So I'm going to look at the moon app. I'm going to see when the moon is in Cancer and also when the moon is in Leo, because those could be important dates for you guys. Oh, it's actually in Leo. Like, we're going into the month of April and it's already in Leo. So yeah, the first few days of the month are important. And then it will also be in Leo from the 25th of April. Sorry, it's entering Cancer on the 25th of April and then leaving Leo on the 30th of April. So it looks like the first week of the month and the last week of the month are very significant. And wow, look, the Mars person is looking at the crab and the Leo person is looking at the crab. This is interesting. I feel like there's some energy going on where you're obviously making huge progress this month in your career or in your creative pursuits. And a lot of people are admiring you, and you have every reason to feel on top of the world. But there's this feeling of, I won't feel completely happy or I won't feel completely settled until this personal issue is resolved. So, for example, maybe you are like fighting with your partner, or you're trying to reconcile with someone. And so it's like you have all of these reasons to be happy, but it's this one little thing in your personal life that is kind of weighing on you. And well, we do know that it's going to be resolved because this says a personal issue reaches resolution. But it's just an interesting moment for you because you're kind of realizing or feeling firsthand how important love and connection and personal fulfillment is. Like, you can have all this money, all this recognition, all this fame, popularity, whatever. But if things aren't good in your heart and if things aren't good at home, it's like you won't feel truly settled or happy or able to enjoy these blessings. You're like, it's this feeling, and I feel like it's a reconciliation with this specific person. That's kind of the way it's coming across. Okay, there's a couple different ways to interpret it. For some of you, I'm getting this feeling of like, wow, I have all these followers, I have all these supporters, and like all these people are celebrating me. But like, I just really want Marsha to be proud of me. It's like this one specific person, like, who you really wanted to be proud of you or who you really want to reconcile with. And so even if there's all these like thousands of people or dozens of people who are saying these great things about you and celebrating you, like, you can't get your mind off this one person. Another way of interpreting this is that there might be all these people around you like hyping you up and boosting your confidence. And like, you're appreciative, but at the same time, deep down, all you want is to feel confident in yourself. And until you resolve that personal issue or resolve that situation in your personal life, you won't be able to like fully appreciate the blessings that are coming your way. So the good news is that it is resolving in April. So for those of you who are in like a conflict with a loved one or in a separation and you're hoping for a reunion or a reconciliation, I do think that's happening this month and it's going to feel like a huge weight lifted. I also think that this is a big month for improving your self-esteem and your self-worth. And the ironic thing is that it has nothing to do with what's going on outside of you. It's like, it's not these big accomplishments that boost your self-esteem. It's not all this recognition and positive talk that's boosting your self-esteem. It's from repairing the relationship with yourself, the relationship with your soul. And once you get right within yourself, then you can really enjoy all of these amazing things that are happening externally. I hope that makes sense. So let's take a look at our tea leaf cards now. These are the last cards that we're going to look at before jumping into the specific life area part of the reading. So we have a horse with short journey. So you could be going on a trip this month. Short journey, it could mean that you're going somewhere just for a few days, but it could also be in terms of the distance. So like you're just taking a trip. This isn't really like an overseas trip per se, but like you're going out of town for a few days, you're going to the next state over or the next province over. Or you're going overseas for like a short time, like you're just popping over for a few days. And oh my gosh, I just realized there's another lion. So like Leo is very strong. Leo energy is super strong. We have fan with romance, celebration, party. It's funny because I do think that you are gaining a lot of new fans this month. You could be going on a short journey to go to a celebration, and especially because we have romance here, you could be going to a wedding. Or maybe it's your wedding, I don't know. Those of you who are single, you could be meeting a new person of interest at a party or at a wedding, or one of your fans or one of your followers could end up being a love interest or someone that you develop a very close personal relationship with, or someone that you are a fan of. Someone born in the year of horse could be significant as well, which is 2002, 1990, 1978, and then, you know, just keep going back 12. Oh, and tiger as well. 1988, 1976. I won't say all of them. If you are curious, you can add and subtract 12. We have doing something risky and taking a chance. So there's a couple different ways that I can interpret this. This could be you approaching someone, like you're taking the risk and taking the chance to talk to someone that you really like. Or this trip that you're taking is kind of risky for some reason. And okay, I will give an example. Let's say, oh yeah, I can use myself as an example. So I came back to Japan in late January, and I visited Madison, like ASO Tarot, the week before. So I took a trip to the States from like the 12th to the 16th of January, and then I flew out to Japan on the 18th. So I only gave myself like a 2-day window between getting back from the States and then flying back to Japan. And in the month of January, the weather was like, you know, it was snowy, it was unpredictable. It was during a season where a lot of travel was being canceled. Like a lot of flights were being canceled and delayed. So it was kind of risky for me to go visit her, because like, what if my flight gets canceled? What if I can't get back to Canada on time to then catch my flight to Japan? So like I was kind of making risky travel plans, but I'm like, screw it, it's worth it because I want to see Madison. And of course it all worked out fine. Or like last year, or oh my God, was that 2 years ago? No, it was last year. Like going to Florida when the Rona was very rampant, and like again right before I have to fly back to Japan, where the entry procedures were really strict at the time. I've done a lot of risky travel, so I feel like this month you guys could be taking a trip that's a little bit risky, or like I'm literally gonna get home on Sunday night and then have to go to work on Monday morning, but I really want to go to this concert, so it's happening. And if I miss work, I miss work. It's like that kind of thing. I see you being like, screw it, and just going on this trip because there's something at the destination that is really important to you. Like seeing an artist that you really like, or seeing a friend who is really like special to you. So yeah, this is the vibe. And if there's anyone you want to approach or talk to this month, or like make a move, do it. Whether you're like romantically interested in them, or you want to work with them, or whatever it is, like take the chance and go talk to them. Like send them that message, approach them and start that conversation. Even if it makes you nervous, you'll be glad that you did it. In terms of initials that could be important, so like someone's name or the name of a place, we have H, F, and T. Yes. So this concludes the general overview part of the reading. So we're going to take a look at the specific areas of your life now. As you can see, I have one tarot card and one oracle card each for the areas of love life and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. So let's start off. I just saw 21. Let's start off with your love life and relationships. So for your tarot card, we have the 8 of Pentacles. And for your oracle card, we have small steps, big accomplishments. Oh, this is a really cute card. Interesting that we have the globe here and there was that message about taking a journey. So I do think that a lot of you guys are going to be traveling in the month of April. And I also just noticed we have a double 8 here. The 8 of Pentacles, and then this oracle card is number 8. And it's not focusing, but whatever. It's a number that makes me think of abundance. And when it comes to relationships, it kind of makes me think of a past life relationship. The the 8 of Pentacles is related to the sun in Virgo. So someone who has their sun in Virgo could be playing a very big role in your life this month. So that will be someone who is born between late August and late September. I think that this month you are very focused on your career, or you're very focused on the creative projects that you're working on. It could be that for some of you, it could be that you're feeling kind of introverted this month, like you don't really want to socialize or like go out and meet people because you're just so focused on this thing that you're working on that you're kind of shutting out other things. Or it could be that the people you're spending the most time with this month are like in the same field as you. So if you are a chef, you're spending a lot of time with other chefs or like other people in the food industry this month. Maybe you're taking this journey to go to some kind of like workshop or some kind of seminar or a gathering for people in your field. It feels like you are mainly surrounded this month by people who have the same job as you or have the same like skill set or the same interests as you. So for me, this would be like I'm around a lot of like spiritual people. So maybe it's like tarot readers, astrologers, Reiki practitioners, things of that nature, people who are like overall in the same field. So like if you're an artist, you'll be spending time with a lot of artists this month. I think you guys get the picture. So yeah, it's either like we're shut out because we're just so focused on work, or we're socializing, but it's just like in the context of work. If you're already in, well, actually, this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but I think that something that's happening this month is that you and a very important person in your life are, the energy between you feels very balanced and equal. Like, and maybe it's the person that you're having a resolution with. I feel like conflict is being resolved, but it's very much in a way where you're both taking accountability and both promising to put in an equal effort. So this resolution is not coming from one party saying, yeah, it was all me, it was my fault, I'm wrong. Or like I was right and you need to own up to this. It's very much two-sided. It will take two to reach this resolution. It will take both parties to say like, I promise that I'll try harder to do blah, blah, blah. Or like, you have my word that I'm going to show up in this way from now on. Like both parties are doing that, because when we have even numbers, it means that there's balance. It means that there's energy being given from both sides. And so you're reaching a reconciliation with someone and it's like a compromise. It's a 50-50 or a 100-100. For some of you, it could be a parent-child relationship, because I don't know, I'm just looking at the big turtle and the little turtle. It's making me think of a parent and child. So like you're both promising to, you know, make an effort to understand each other more or something like that. It could very well be a romantic situation as well, but yeah, it's like we're both gonna put in the work, essentially. Yeah, so let's take a look now at the messages for, I saw 2626 just now, which reduces to 8. So repeating 8s are important. All right, let's look at the cards for your career and studies. Wow, for your tarot card, we have the 6 of Cups. Oh my gosh, and for your oracle card, we have transformation. This is so freaking cool because the 6 of Cups is Scorpio. And I think particularly it is the sun in Scorpio. So the same way, like I think a Virgo person is going to be significant in your relationships, in your personal life, a Scorpio person, a sun in Scorpio, is going to be significant in your work or in your studies. And the reason I'm like, wow, at this combination is because transformation is a big theme of the sign of Scorpio. Like transforming, evolving, reinventing yourself, rising from the ashes. I want to tell you guys that you are in alignment with your calling. Whatever you're studying right now or working on right now is in alignment with your calling. Or I should say wherever you're feeling drawn to right now. Because you could have one job over here, but you're really being drawn to this thing over there. Wherever you're feeling pulled to right now, that is your calling. The 6 of Cups could be indicating for a lot of you that you're going to find success in something that you have enjoyed since you were a child, or that choosing this path for yourself will be a beautiful gift to your inner child, because you're choosing yourself, you're choosing your creativity, you're choosing your joy, and that will make your inner child very happy. Pay attention to things that feel oddly familiar to you, because it's probably something from your past life. And it's interesting that this is coming up again, because the repeating 8s were making me think of a past life as well. So, you know, feeling strangely drawn to a person or a place. And you'll know the feeling if you've experienced it before. It's like an odd familiarity. Even though I've never been to this place before, it just feels familiar. It feels safe. It feels like I know it. It feels like I've come here a million times. And the same thing with people. It feels like I've known you forever. Really pay attention to those, because you probably have known them forever, and you probably have been to that place a million times, just not in this lifetime. You were here in a different form, or you were with this person in a different form. And yeah, with transformation, I'm thinking more of, and actually I don't even know if this is a phoenix. Well, probably. I'm being drawn to the theme of rising from the ashes. And oh my gosh, I just realized there's even a child on this positive recognition card. Yeah, you're getting recognition for something that you've dreamed of since you were a child. Or the success that you're finding, you're receiving positive attention to parts of you that were perhaps shamed when you were a child, if that makes sense. So for some reason, this is the example that's coming to my mind, but like, let's say you were a goofball child, but you grew up in a very serious family. So every time you crack jokes, like, you will get in trouble. And they would say like, oh, it's not the time for that, or stop being silly, or stop chatting so much, just be quiet. But then as an adult, you become like a famous comedian, and now everybody is praising your goofballery. Everyone is praising your smart mouth. Everyone is praising your big mouth and your chattiness. and your wit. So it's like a redemption for your inner child. These parts of you that you grew up thinking were bad is now making you successful, basically. That's just one example, of course, but yeah, it's something you did as a child, or traits that your inner child very much had, or sorry, traits that your child self very much had are now being celebrated rather than being, punished or shamed or whatever it might be. This journey feels like a redemption and a huge gift to your inner child. Like you're doing this for them kind of thing, which is very sweet. And yeah, that's the feeling of like rising for the ashes. There's a feeling of, and that could even be like this reconciliation. It could even be something that's happening within you, something between you and your inner child. But there's a feeling of something coming back, a love being rekindled, like something you were passionate about being rekindled. You could also be getting a second chance at something, or going back to something. So, going back to school, going back to study something after you had given up, going back to take an exam that you failed in the past, things like that. Giving yourself that chance to do it over. Yeah, and to do it right, because you owe that to yourself. Okay, so also I feel like southern places or warm places are significant. If you're taking a trip, you might be going somewhere warmer than where you live, or going south from where you currently are. So next, or finally, actually there's one more part after this, we're gonna look at your messages for spiritual and personal growth. So for your tarot card, we have the 7 of Cups, more Scorpio. And for your oracle card, we have service. So there's a lot of things that you can do with your talents, and sometimes you might feel overwhelmed. What practical path should I take to utilize my talents? And I think that these cards are suggesting something that might help is approaching it from the mindset. Maybe that's the word. Approaching it from the mindset of like, what method of using my talents and skills will serve the world the most? We have this repeating image of Earth. I do think that your talents and your gifts are meant to reach many people and really help the world on a large scale. But in order to find out the best way to do that, it's like, I guess you're being encouraged to reframe the question as like, how can I be of most service to the world? How can I make the biggest positive impact? So it's like just zooming out from your personal experience and your individual experience and saying, how can I reach the most people? How can I positively impact the most people? And when you approach it from a place of service to others and serving the world, then the answer of what will be most fulfilling to you will become very clear. And there's also a message of like, focus on service and the rest will just follow. You might be worrying too much about things that are not really the point. Like money, popularity, your image. Like, yes, these are all important things. And when we have good money and when we have a good image and when we're popular, it can bring happiness to us. But these are more icing on the cake kind of things, as opposed to things like that we should be directly pursuing. Focus on serving, focus on connecting to others, focus on bringing something of value, and all of the rest will just come in. You don't have to think about it from the perspective of making money, or think about it from the perspective of gaining recognition. Those things will just happen. And in fact, when you focus on it and when you make that the factor that determines your decisions, it's showing up like that will just confuse you, because you will kind of lose your direction. And as long as you know that you're serving and helping others, you'll always feel sure of yourself. You'll always feel sure that, like, yes, this is my calling. This is what I'm meant to be doing. Yes. That is the message. Okay, so for the final part of the reading, we're going to see who might be working with you in the spirit realm, who might be helping you. So I'm going to try pulling cards from these two decks. And I say try because I'm not going to force a card to come out, because the beings who are working with you, they might just not be in these decks, and that's totally fine. So if they are in these decks, this will be their chance to come out and make themselves known. Okay, so we're going to start with this deck. Is there anyone in this deck who is working with group number 3, who is watching over them or assisting them, and who would like to make themselves known? Oh, we have Archangel Sandalphon. So this is the same, and I just saw 3737. This is the same Archangel, the same card that came out for group number 2. Interesting. Group number 1, a card didn't come out from this deck. It came out for group 2, and it was this exact one. So, wow, Archangel Sandalphon's busy. If you guys were drawn to group number 2, this might be your sign to check it out. I can kind of see that there were common themes. There was like a theme of success, moving ahead in your career, feeling empowered. If you go after your passion, Sandalphon will make sure that everything falls into place for you. So you go take that trip, you go approach that person, and I will deal with the rest. Okay, what about from this deck? Is there anyone from this deck who is working with group number 3, watching over them, or assisting them, who would like to make themselves known? We have Seraph Rose Aura. I believe this is an angel, and it says unconditional love and passion. So these are the two beings who will be helping you this month. Seems like the color pink is significant because, well, the theme of this card is pink. There's pink flowers all over you here. There's, wow, pink all over you here, pink all over you here. And then Archangel Sandalphon's cape and wings are pink. And then, of course, this card is all pink. So that seems to be your lucky color. Or this is the color that lets you know your angels are with you. Okay, so I'm going to look into this card. Maybe I'll put something on the screen if I feel like there's something that you should know. But let's move on to our final deck now. This is the fallback oracle deck. We're just gonna get like a closing message for you from this one. What does group number 3 need to know? Celebrate love. Your relationships are a divine blessing. Cherish your loved ones. Say, I love you often. This reconciliation that is happening for you this month, the reconciliation with a loved one, and also with your own self, your own inner child. I think it's really renewing the appreciation that you have for love in your life and the appreciation you have for your connections. And so I see you this month embracing an energy that is very affectionate, very vocal, very demonstrative, I don't know how to say that word, but demonstrating your love. Showing grand gestures of your love and appreciation. And that's something that's going to feel very fulfilling for you this month. So your advice is to love fully, love with all your heart. Don't hold back. Even on a smaller scale, like if you see someone on the street and you really like their outfit, like go for it and tell them that compliment. Spread the love, spread the kindness. It's going to bring a lot of positive energy back to you. You will receive that love and that praise in return. It seems like this month you're spreading a lot of light and spreading a lot of kindness. And in the process, lifting people up more than you realize. You will be that person that makes other people's day. And that's very sweet. So, my group number 3s, those are all the messages I have for you. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. And of course, I hope you have a wonderful month of April. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, you can find me on Instagram, where I post regular pick a card readings. You can find me on Patreon, where we have over 50 exclusive readings up to date, plus 2 new ones every month, and you get to choose the topic for those readings. You can find me on my music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to the full version of that song or any of my other ones, you can do so over on my music channel. And finally, we have merch at kinotarot.com, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video, and we have that on hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, and tote bags. So all that stuff that I just mentioned is going to be linked down below for you in the description, as well as in the pinned comment of this video. Thank you so much for supporting me and for supporting my channel. It truly means a lot to me. My lovely group number 3s, I'm sending you so much love. Much love to everyone who is playing a role in your April, to all your loved ones, your spirit guides, your angels, and your whole spiritual team, both here on earth and in the spirit realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!